Okay, so we have Maria with us. I believe if Maria can introduce herself and start the session, then I am here to help you out for any question and anything. So please welcome Maria for the session.
Thank you so much, Miriam. Thank you for the starting the session, and thank you for inviting me for this session. First of all, I guess I have to introduce myself. So I will introduce myself. First of all, I would like to welcome all the participants who have registered for this session and who are here today. Assalamu alaikum and good morning, good evening, whatever zone you are in. I am Maria Akhtar Abbasi. I am from Pakistan. I'm an environmentalist myself, and I work in Pakistan. I've been working with different organizations since last 5 years. Currently, I'm working with WWF Pakistan, but I'm also the co-founder of Pakistan Youth Biodiversity Network. It's a youth-led network, volunteer network that is working for biodiversity education and policy in Pakistan, policy advocacy in Pakistan. Other than that, I'm a trainer. I'm a trainer with British Council in Pakistan and also such trends that we are representing today. So today I'm very excited, first of all, and please know that I am not going to be that kind of presenter who will just speak, speak, speak. I would also want to have your inputs. I would also want to have your insights for the session as well. So please be very much with me, because if you don't ask questions, then I will ask questions. Right? I will start with sharing my screen, and all of you have internet, right? Or of course you have internet because you're here. Yes. Right. So I would like to keep it very interactive as well. So what I want you to do is, okay. So can you see my screen if you guys can confirm?
Yes, we can see your screen. Yeah.
Okay. So today as it is a fellowship program, and as we all know, the fellowship means you want to have, and the name of the program is Green. So we want to equip you people, the girls who are here, 50 plus participants that are here, we want to equip you with the green skills, right? So today my topic is circular economy, and as I see, because it is the very foundation of this whole fellowship series, so I would want to, even though we have very basic things to cover, but I am able to, like, tell you something new that you don't know already. So what I want you all to do, so we will be talking about three things today, basically two things, but because I've divided my presentation in a way. So I will be telling you about what is circular economy, what is the concept of 4 Rs. We are very much familiar with it already. We know, all of us know, we are hearing since childhood, reduce, reuse, recycle, reuse, recycle, at least we have heard since childhood, right? Then we will be talking in detail about the concept of 4 Rs, what is circular, what is linear. So this is the thing. But what I want all of you to do is, please, if you can go to AHA Slides and join the link that is here. Like join, I want all of you to open AHA Slides on your mobiles or on your laptops. And then on the very top, it will ask you for a code, and it is 02HN1. So can you all please do
Maybe
that for me?
maybe Maria, you can copy paste this link into the chat.
Oh yeah, sure, sure,
Yeah.
sure. I will do that. Yeah, that would be better. Just give me a sec. Yeah, that would be better. So yeah, I want all of you to be here with me so that I have an idea about the audience that I'm speaking to. And you also guys know that what are we going to do today. So once you have joined, we will see. Okay. Yeah, we have 8 participants already. 9. Yeah, let's. Yeah. The number is increasing. So shall we start? Okay. Yeah, I see Nagin, I see Shom, Odi, Stephanie, Mariam, Nada. Hello all. Great, great, great. Okay, so a little bit about the session I see, because it's a mix of Pakistani audience and also people from Indonesia I see, and I guess I've heard some people from Malaysia as well, some girls. So I welcome you all. Thank you all for joining. Let's start it. So, okay. Wait. Okay. Let's right? So, yeah, first is this question that how do you feel today? I want to see how are my girls feeling today? If you're not very good, just say that you're okay-ish. If you're the best, then the best. If you're excited for this, yes. Energetic, yes. I should have like written an option for all of the above, but sorry. Time's up now. Let's see what's happening. Oops. Something is like, I don't know. Okay, so first, my first question would be, sorry, I could not see the poll results. Something has happened. So tell me please, what is your understanding of circular economy? I have given three options. Okay, okay, okay. Some say basic, some say advanced, some say we don't know at all. Right? There are no judgments because we are gonna, I will make sure that the results change by the end of the session. Okay, now this is the question that I really want to know. Where are you from? Pakistan, India, Bhutan. Oh, nice. Indonesia, Sudan. Nice. I was not expecting that. Somebody is from my city as well. Okay, we are from Lahore, Rawalpindi. Yes. Okay, great. So, great. So we also have somebody from Philippines as well. Great. Why is somebody sad in the room? Okay. So I guess now I know the idea. We have audience. We have very diverse audience. So I welcome you all once again. And now we will start with the basics of the session today. So now I want you girls to type just because you're all here. I'm very sure Mariam has shared with you okay, what are going to be the topics, what are we going to like, study in this, what are we going to learn within this fellowship series. So what is the first word that comes to your mind when you hear waste? So this is where we are officially starting our program about circular economy. And thank you all for your introductions, and it's nice meeting you. So, okay. So somebody's saying landfill, plastic, dirty, reduce. Girls, I need more. We have 36 participants. So, yeah, I want more and more. Consumption, potential, very nice. We are going to talk about the potential actually. Waste to wealth, that is the concept. Proper disposal, climate change, leftovers, inefficiency. Yeah, yeah, all of this, all of, and there is no incorrect answer here. This, by the way, Mariam, are you seeing my screen? Like where all these responses are popping up? Okay,
Yes, I can see your
okay,
screen. Yeah, yeah.
okay. I was just like, maybe it's not stuck on camera. Okay, proper disposal, consumption, energy resources. Okay, great. Think that the thing that is undesired. Okay, great. Okay, I guess that is all for now for this interactive part. Then we will see the next one. We are going back to the presentation now. So Mariam, can you see my Canva screen now?
Yes, I can see your screen. Yeah.
Okay. So today we are going to talk about, I just wanted to have an understanding that how much do you people know about circular economy, or what is your understanding of the 4 Rs and what we are going to see today, because in Pakistan and all around the world, waste is a very big problem, right? We talk about yeah, waste is a very big problem in all our countries, right? We talk about waste, we say like, plastic is there, but it's not just the plastic is a big problem, but it's not just plastic that is a problem. We have dry waste, we have wet waste, we have hospital waste, we have so many different kind of waste that we see. And when we say waste, we mean that, okay, it cannot be reused, it cannot be, there is nothing that can be done. So these are all the things that we are going to discuss, that how can we turn something that we find totally useless as something that can be used. So I just want you to see this little clip that you are seeing on the screen, that how something that we see as merely waste can be turned into something that we can use. So what was unpleasantly put on the ground across the road, aside the road, is now have turned into a bottle. And this is a very common sight, even though this looks very static here, but I know it is not. But what would we see if we can we make something out of this? Of course, yes. We can make reusable products. We can make, people are ma making bricks in Pakistan. There's a startup that is making bricks out of this plastic. There are other startups who are doing reusable items from this. I don't know, decorations and the things that can be used in construction. There are things that can be used reused in the industry. So there is a potential in it. So when we talk about today's world, right. And girls, the chat is open. If you have any question anytime, you can ask me, or you have any comments, you can write in the chat. If you want to really speak like me, you can always raise your hand and you can ask your question in the chat as well by speaking as well, right? Okay. So there's so now, so where the problem starts from. As we all know, the world we are living in, we are in Anthropocene, what we say, that we are living in an age where humans are impacting the life cycle. We are causing extinctions, we are causing negative impacts on the environment as well. There are a lot of uh, problems already. One of the worst destructions, I would say, in the last few decades, I would say. Destruction is massive. It's really, really bad. And it's not just climate change, there are other things as well. So now we all know the problem. We are here to find a solution. And then these problems are all interconnected. Waste is one of them, right? And we want to say just all these kinds of waste. How can we reuse it? How can we make it into a potential that, because all the countries that we belong from, either it's Pakistan, either it's India, Bhutan, Nepal, Philippines, we are all going through financial crisis as well. Finance is an important thing. People are always hanged, or like, they are stranded between that, either the environment or the food on the table. But how, when we talk about the environment and when we talk about the food on the table, these are not two entities. They are actually connected, right? And then finance is also like something that is related to it as well. So now we all know the problem. We all know that there is environmental pollution. We all know that there is waste is a problem. We all know that there are industries there. We all know that there is urbanization. We all know that there are industries that are putting out waste. We all know that we do not have sustainable habits. So the purpose today is to find a solution to these problems. Problem. If we just keep complaining about the problem, it's nothing is going to happen. So it's better that we try to find solutions. So wait, I don't know why. Okay. So what is circular economy? So now today we are talking about one problem only. We are not talking about pollution. We are not talking about the marine resources. We are not talking about the illegal wildlife trafficking. We are not talking about the problems, but we have one problem. We have focused on one problem, that is waste. That is the visual pollution that we see when we are going across the roads. We see piles of plastic or other house waste or compost or organic waste around. So we are trying to convert that into a potential of something that can give us money. We are talking about economy. We are talking about circular economy. We are talking about making things that are just not like for one time usage. We can reuse them. We make them, we use them, and then it's not that they are going into a landfill. They are not a waste, but how can we reuse it? And when we talk about economy, as I said, then it's not only about the environmental problems or the food on the table, but also the money. So circular economy means creating that kind of mechanism, that kind of scenarios, that kind of finances that are it's not just a single line, but it's like repeating the cycle. It's a circle. right? So this is what we always say, that nature works in circles. It's humans, it's our human-based processes that are lines. What we do in the industries, we have been doing in the past in the industries, that has been line processes. But world does not need line processes anymore. We have seen the consequences of line processes already. So now it's time to go towards the circular economy. That is the reason why we are sitting here today and we are talking about it. I just want to ask one question, that are you guys, all you are with me, or am I going too fast, too slow? Please let me know in the chat as well. Okay. And I would also request if any of you can turn on your camera so I can also see your beautiful smiles and your faces, since we are all girls here. So yeah, okay, great. So that I know that I'm not talking to a wall. Since I can see Mariam's face, so I know that I'm not talking to a wall, but still, yeah, somebody is having her soup. Yeah. Bon appetit. Are you? Yeah. She's there? Yes. Anyway, so are you all with me? I would go see the chat. Yes, you're okay. A bit slow? Oh my God. I will take it as a compliment because everyone tells me that I'm really fast. Okay, great. So now, do you all see this picture that is there in the chat? Anybody recognizes where what this picture is from? What is it? I want your responses in the chat. K2, yes. Miriam, yes. Yeah, it is K2. So as per it is K2, and we all know what K2 is. What is the significance of K2? K2 is the second highest mountain in the world. Like, any structure that is present on the face of the earth, it is the second highest. There is only one more uh, place, one more height that is higher than this, and that is also a few meters. As per the, again, coming back to the problem, as per the stats, as per the researches, every year Pakistan generates double the height of K2, the plastic waste. Can you imagine two mountains, two highest mountains, and it is all plastic? Can you just imagine? And it's not just like, a mountain. We all know what is the impact of plastic. Plastic has environmental impacts, plastic has health impacts, and what other impacts do we want? When we talk about health, it can be respiratory issues as well, it can be physical skin issues as well, it could be cancer as well, it could be anything. And when we talk about the environment, it impacts all kind it impacts all kinds of life as well. Either it's in the water, either it's in the air, either it's in the, and now even the research shows that plastic is in our bodies as well, because we are having food in the plastic containers. We are, and even just few days ago, I saw a research and they were like that they did a research with Pakistani kids here in Pakistan, and they found plastic in their blood samples as well, right? Nanoplastic, that we call it. So it is a huge, huge problem, right? So now, why do we need circular economy? Yeah, yes, we find microplastic in water as well. Of course, it's everywhere, right? So now getting back to the circular economy again, I just wanted to give you an idea about the problem and how massive is it, and we will share a bit more about it few minutes as well. So goal of circular economy is to reduce waste by extending the life cycle of products and materials in a circle, right? So what do we mean by extending the life cycle? By extending the life cycle, we mean that we are extending their usability. It's not just that, we have a thing. I just say that, okay, this is a container that I have and I'm going to use it one time and it's going to go into the waste. No, I would say that, okay, this is a container. It contains something. When it's done, I will put something else into it and it will still be in use. So it's a very basic example, right? So this is what, and when we talk about like, processes that are going again and again, for example, if we talk about an industry that is making, that is using some kind of, I don't know, uh, a substance or a solid product, and they're like, okay, this is going into a dry process, and then it's going into a wet process, and then it's going into the waste. But no, we say, okay, no, the substance that you're using, for example, if you are using yarn, and in textile, for example, if you're using yarn and we say that, okay, no, this yarn, it can be reused, it can be used in the next process as well, and it can be used in multiple cycles. We are making sure that it's not going into waste, even if we have some um, um, what the damaged products, even if we have some faulty products, we are not, putting. And this is what is happening in Pakistan as well now. When we go to the textile industries, they are like, they are not making any waste anymore. And textile is the one of the best examples that we have in Pakistan that is like, actually working on circular economy. I would like to know in the chat as well, what do you think? What is that industry that is actually exemplifying circular economy for you guys in your country? So just if you can give me some names, right? And in this model, products are designed to be repaired, renewed, and recycled. That I just talked about. That, for example, if we have a faulty product, we just won't say that, okay, no, it cannot be. If we have a faulty bottle, we will put that into again. If we are heating it, if we are doing it like, some other process into it, if we are compressing it, then we just say, okay, if it's faulty, let's like reuse it and make a new product out of it, right? And then again, it can be on industrial scale, it can be on personal scale, it can be on community scale, it can be on a local level scale, or it can be on national scale as well, right? Everything that we do, and the reason why we are here, we want you to know that what you can do in your kitchen, what you can do at your home, what you can do then in your community. But change always starts first from ourselves, right? And then we do it. So how is the process going? For example, if I ask you that, um, what, for example, if I, okay, let's talk about bread in itself. So when we eat bread, do you ever think that where it might have come from? It has a wrapper, it's wrapped in plastic, right? And there are like evenly cut pieces that are there. So do you ever think, or if you are like, again, my lipstick. So did you ever think while putting on the lipstick that how was it made? What was the raw material that we used in it? And how did it come into being? Was it like, really environmental friendly way, or was it? And then what's going to happen? Have you ever thought about this process? You know, it always comes into your mind that what, how, when. And I guess this consciousness is coming now. If I talk about my 10 years old self, even if I talk about my 5 years old self, I would never care. I would just say, okay, just use it and throw it, right? So this is the change that we want to have. So when you see on the picture that we have here, so first we have raw material, and we have supply of the parts, because it is not made only of one thing. There is a metal outside, then there is something that is safe enough to be put on my lips, and then there is something that is like, holding it inside. So at least there are three, four parts, and then there is machinery, and then there is a process that made it all together, and then there is distribution, and it's in my hand. I am the user. And what do I do with it after? That is another reason we are here today, right? So there are a lot of things, there is a lot of people that are involved in it, there are a lot of things that are happening on the back. So what is the purpose? What is the key principles of circular economy again, right? So elimination, what we used to do or what we still do with most of the things, we try to like, elimination we can take in two means. First, the end use of it. We just say that, okay, we have used it and we are going to throw it away. But this elimination, we are eliminating that. No, we do not want elimination. We want to circulate. We want to regenerate, right? And you can take, do you have any item on your table that you can show me in the camera? Like, for example, I just took out this lipstick because it was here. It was not in my mind that I will be taking an example. For example, if you have a diary like this, if you have a pen, for example, I have a mouse as well, right? Mariam is showing me sticky notes, and Hifza is also showing me um, some diary. Oh, somebody's showing me Vaseline, right? Nada, what do you have? I cannot see yours. It's paper, right? Angelina is also showing me something. I cannot see it.
It's a
So
cup.
just think and let me know that what do you think? Is it the product that you are holding in your hand? Is it going to go into waste? Is it going to be eliminated? Is it going to go into circulation, or you are going to regenerate it? And then write it in the chat that what you are going to do with that item. Thank you, ladies. Yeah, I'm going to see the chat. Tissue paper, restri liquid. uh, Okay. After using the product, the jar will be reused. Yes. Okay. So I have a candle in a pot. Yes. Yeah. Either it's going to be eliminated, or you are going to reuse it, or you are going to do something with it. So this is what we want to do. Even a pen, what do we do with it? Right? So then we also need to prioritize what things go where. And this is where all our conversation is going to be about in the next 1 hour as well. And then you will also be doing some activities, right? So are you all with me till here, or do you need some more explanation? Do you have any questions? And why is it important? Why do we say that it's important to talk about circular economy? Why is it important? Because when we talk about the solution problem, we say there is waste. We say that the resources are being not used. Economy is not good, and there is no way to mitigate it. There is no way to solve the problem. So this is the solution. Circular economy, when we say why is it a solution? Because it reduces your waste. And when we say waste, do not just think that it is something that is just we are going to place somewhere and then it will harmlessly just go away and disappear. No. Unfortunately, the plastic waste, the hazardous waste, even the compost that we are not using, it is, for example, especially the plastic, and plastic is such a big problem. Do not say that if I, for example, I have this plastic ball here, right? Just out of nowhere, it's just here. So I just say that if I just throw it away, it is not a harmless object. If it's staying at a place, if you just say that I put it right across the road, now just listen to me very carefully because it is an important point. For example, a plastic bottle, we see it on the road as well, right? Every problem in the world that you can think of, you can always connect it to the plastic that is there on the road. If you think that, for example, I always say that we do not have as tasty as food that we used to have back then. So what is happening? The soil quality is not as good, right? The air is not as good, right? The water quality that we give them is not as good. And the synthetic fertilizers that we are putting in, of course, it is not natural, right? So what is happening when there is a hundred plastic balls like this on the soil? The the harmful substances that it has, it is seeping through the soil. And the problem does not stop here. When it's seeping through the soil, it's going into the water channels that they are there. And then water is life. What is that where we do not use water? The groundwater is uh, getting impacted. I'm not talking about the surface water. I'm not talking about the wastewater that is just going away. I'm talking about the groundwater that we all use. Either we are using it in the mineral waters, or either we are using it from the tap water that we are drinking. It is the groundwater, right? And then also it's not just it's going into the soil only. It gets back to your air. As we when we talk about the water cycle, I'm sure all of you have read about water cycle. What is water cycle? Water moves from the land to the air, to the land to the air to the water, and then it keeps on going, right? So these are major problems. And when we try to, like, reduce it, we can say that, okay, no, let's increase the life cycle of this product, then it's not gonna end up in a landfill, right? So we reduce waste first of all, then we conserve resource as well. How do we conserve the resource when we say that, when we talk about circular economy? Because we do not put in money again and again to buy that raw material, because nothing is for free. Sabah, I see your hand raised. I will take your question. Just give me 2 minutes, right? And then, of course, there is economic resilience when we make products, when the consumer buys that product. Of course, the money is being generated, right? And of course, mitigation. When we talk about mitigation, I hope you all have a concept about mitigation, that we minimize resources extraction, right? And when we talk about resources extraction, of course, it's again a lot of effort. It's again a lot of money. So we are all doing that to, like, minimize it. Okay, so what is the future of circular economy? Future of circular economy is me, and future of circular economy is you. It's all of us. That, consumers know what is the importance of the things that we have in our hands. How do we use it? I always say that whenever we are speaking in person. So all the events that we go to, every table has a plastic bottle. So I'm like, I'm really sorry, but what is it like, And then I place my plastic bottle, and then if I have my bottle, that I mostly have it. So I just say that, this is the least that I can do, right? And then, of course, then people with such consciousness, when we go into the professional fields, when we go into the working environments, then we try to promote these kind of things as well. And that's how, the change begins. So this is the end of session one. After this, we will move into the hours. So if any of you has any question till now, please you can ask now. If any of you has any question, you can ask. I've tried so many times, you're unable to do anything with a discarded pen. Nice.
So I saw
Kind.
a question. It's not a question. It's a kind of a
I
discussion from
I cannot hear
Sophia.
you.
Am I
Mm,
audible?
Yes, yes, I can hear you now.
Ma'am, I have a question. Why we are talking about water cycle in circular economy, and why we are not talking about land reproduction and recycling? Just
Okay,
water cycle is including in circular economy. There are also many other factors.
yeah, but I was just, Sabha, maybe you misunderstood me. I just gave an example that, for example, if plastic, the hazardous element, when we talk about plastic, plastic has a lot of small things. I would not go into the chemistry of it, but there are a lot of chemical elements that are harmful for the environment and for the health as well. So I was just saying that if that harmful chemical seeps into the water, then we know that water cycles around. This is what I meant. Of course, and then I said land as well. Soil is land, my dear. So I hope I answered your question. So it's I
Okay,
was just
thank
trying
you.
to give an example. I was just trying to give an example. It was not that this is what I'm saying, that nothing, like nothing is, we cannot say that this is this and this is this. It's all this.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so I see a very important question here, and Sophia has written that we now are aware of importance of using environmentally friendly products, but the problem is green products are always expensive, not affordable for many common people. So what are we doing and what can we do to make it affordable? Because unless they're accessible, the awareness alone won't help. Sabah, Sophia, I do get your question and I do get your answer as well, but again, I would say that why do we want to go to the market and buy the recycled product, the expensive recycled products? Why do we not make it at home? Give me an example that you have seen in the market, something made out of recycled plastic and it's expensive. Was it a decoration piece? Was it a jar that you wanted to use? Was it a kitchen item that you wanted to use? Or or if you're talking about those travel kits, those utensils that are made out of bamboo and they are like, expensive. Yes, I do get your point. But then again, what is expensive? Then we have to discuss the supply and demand, the supply chain of the products. Things that are in the massive demand, eventually their price goes low. Why is plastic so cheap? Why do you think it's so cheap? Why are they selling a plastic bottle that has 250 ml water only for 60 rupees or even less at many places, even though it's in a bottle? Because everyone needs it. Everyone is asking for it. When we are thirsty, we're like, okay, just okay. Even if I'm hungry, if I'm thirsty and I don't have my bottle with me, or if it's not filled, I will also buy it, right? Then we have to talk about, okay, what is our demand? What are we asking from the market? Right? It is us. We users need to change because every industry that is producing, we all know that Nestle and Coca-Cola are the two major plastic polluters. But again, the demand for their products is very high, and why they are now moving towards eco-friendly ways, why they are investing into projects, and there is a lot of debate always. Okay, why do we bring these people in? But it is the pressure that people like us are generating on them, and they are trying to get, somehow some people call it greenwashing as well, right? But I will say that we need to change ourselves first, right? Otherwise, if we don't ask for these kind of products, if we don't have higher demands for these, if we do not use eco-friendly crockery in our events, all of us, then it's not going to change. Then it is going to stay expensive and it is going to stay cheap, the non-environmental friendly products, right? First, I always say that I cannot go to the government. I will not fight with the government and the people. I will try to change myself first. And this is the reason why I'm here speaking as well, because this is, I think, I can do in my capacity to talk to 50 people and maybe change the mindset of one only. I don't even say that I will talk to 50 and I will change all 50. No. And first, even if I'm changing myself or not, maybe after during this discussion, I will learn something and maybe something will change in me as well. Right. So this is low cost of production and high demand. Yes, exactly. Circular
Please,
economy.
Maria, please ask question from Angelina. She is raising a hand from
Okay,
someone.
I cannot see. Please, Angelina, if you have a question, please ask. I cannot see the hand raised anywhere. Sorry.
All right.
Yes,
Can you hear my voice?
yes, we can.
So in circular economy, it's usually common with recycle or reducing, but in fact that in this era we try to transform from using plastic to using paper, right? But because of this transition, we lost so many trees on our forest. And what's the relate? I mean, how the way this circular economy can face these conditions? Thank you.
Okay, Angelina, that is a very important question. And I always say that when we say, again, I will always say that things are connected, right? So Angelina's question was that when we talk about circular economy, we are talking about plastic in itself, and we are saying that we are trying to reuse it or reduce it or regenerate it somehow. But some people always also give alternatives. For example, I will give an example that people say that okay, let's use tote bags, like cloth bags. So where is the cloth coming from? There is cotton. And if we are saying that we are going to use paper-based products, where is paper coming from? It's coming from the trees, right? So Angelina is asking that how is that going to help? So again, I would say that these are complex problems and there are complicated solutions to it. We cannot just, I always say that environmental problems are not mathematical equations, that 1 + 1 is equal to 2 and okay, it's right. We are cutting 2 trees here and we are going to plant 2 trees somewhere else. As per the equation, it's very true. But as per the impact, as per the logic of it, it's not, right? But the maths is perfectly right. Do you get it? The the mindset I'm trying to make is the solution to environmental problems is not that similar and not that simple. As Angelina said, that what if, for example, when we talk about paper, so where is paper coming from? We are cutting the trees. There is an environmental impact on that as well. So of course, then we see again research. When we try to make a product, whenever we try to introduce an alternative, we have to see that either it's harming the environment more or less than the plastic. If it is, then we go through the whole life cycle. When I say the life cycle of a project in environment, we do, you might have heard life cycle assessment. So when we talk about life cycle assessment, we start from the raw material, where the raw material is coming from. If we have 4 raw materials, that means everyone has a cycle going back, right? Then we do the whole life cycle assessment, we make our calculations, and then we see that if one tote bag that we are using instead of a plastic bag, what has more carbon footprint? What is the carbon footprint of 100 tote bags made and 100 plastic bags made? Right? And again, for any solution, that environmental friendly solution that we give, we have to do these calculations and then we see, right? So it's a lot of research, Angelina. It's a lot of it's not a, I cannot say that, okay, it's a simple answer. No, we have to la 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 la, no plastic and then only paper. See, we have to do a lot of research. Whatever we try to do, we try to do it in a way. And again, what we have in hand, it's better to reduce and reuse that, right? Than trying to get another new thing and then say, okay, if not or if yes. But then it's a lot of research, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of data that is involved as well, right? So this is all it is. So Angelina, I hope I answered your question.
Thank you so much for your answer.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I guess we can move forward. Mariam, can you see if there is any important question in the chat? Then you can ask me and I can answer. Otherwise, we can move forward because we have also have an activity. We need to um,
We can move
designate some time
forward.
for that as
I think we can move forward if we have some questions left, and maybe if we have the time at the end, we can
well. Okay.
then ask. Yeah.
So the next part that we are going to talk about, it's again very, this is what we have been discussing since now, right? Maybe we use one word or we use another word. So all of us, I guess, when we were kids, for example, me, reuse, recycle was always there. Reduce is now we are hearing. Refuse also, some people also talk about refuse. Reduce or refuse, reuse, recycle, and regenerate is the new thing. We have all seen that sign. Sorry, I'm having a problem with my right. So I want to show you the sign. Oh, I guess it's not anywhere. Sorry about that. So the 4R concept, how many of you are familiar with the 4R concept already? Just give me a simple yes or no in the chat. Yeah, I'll just see the chat. Chat says yes, 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 yes. Okay, most of you know already. But we will just dive deep. Again, we will think of something that we have, and then we will see if we can reuse it, reduce it, refuse it, regenerate it, or recycle it, right? So if we all know, can any of you unmute your mic? First, please raise your hand and can tell me about reduce or refuse. You can raise your hand and tell me what is reducing or refusing. Miriam, has anybody raised? Fiza has raised hand. Fiza, please go ahead. Fiza Khan, you have raised your hand. Do you want to speak? Hifza, if you can speak, I guess Fiza has some problem.
Okay, so by reduce, we mean that we consume consciously and
Mm.
use less or on the base of needs. And by refuse, we mean, in my opinion, it means to refuse the things that will eventually go into the waste unnecessarily and cannot be recyclable.
Yeah, exactly. And I also say that refuse when it's not needed, right? For example, nothing that is being offered to us, it's not useless. For example, I consciously not open the plastic bottle until and unless I'm really, really thirsty when I have no other choice, right? So I try to not do it. So that is refuse. Also, for example, when you go to a shop and still see that people are putting there is a bread and they are going to put it in another plastic bag. So I just said that, okay, do not give me the bag. If there are two items, I will just say it's all because it's already in a plastic bag. If I'm buying a dozen of eggs, it's in a plastic bag. Still in Pakistan, there are a lot of shops. The bakery that I buy my eggs from, they are still in the plastic bag, and then they are going to put in another plastic bag. So I just say that, okay, one is enough. I can carry two items in my hand. I'll just put it in the car, right? So that is refuse. Again, then for example, if I have to, it's not just that. For example, if there is a commute, right? If your city, if your country is walking friendly, so I would not book a ride to go from here to 5 minutes away by 2 minutes drive. I would just say, okay, let's just walk. That is also a way to refuse, reduce. And then we go to reuse. Can anybody talk about reuse? Sabah, you have raised your hand. Can you talk about reuse? What reuse is? Because we have already talked about it a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Reduce means completely avoiding or declining something. Like, for example, declining the use of single use plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can't use plastic straws, cutlery, or bags when they are offered. We
So,
can
Sabah,
just
is it you speak? Sabah, is it you
single.
speaking? Sabah,
Yes, ma'am.
can you? We have already talked about reduce or refuse. Can you talk about reuse? What reuse is?
Yes, ma'am.
Please
Reuse
go
is
ahead.
to use things again and again. Like if we use a thing one time, so we can use that thing again time.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Sabah, your voice is breaking.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Reuse means like if we use a thing one time, so we can use that thing again time. Like refilling water bottles, for example, or donating blood donation. Blood donation we can reuse the blood of that person again and again.
Yeah, all right. Okay, now I want you to think of your kitchen. For example, if you're fond of cooking, and then give me these examples. Like if I ask that, oh, can you talk about regenerate, right? So can you give me an example through a kitchen item that, okay, yes, we can regenerate that kitchen item. Nasreen, do you want to say something? Okay.
Can you repeat your
Nagin,
question, ma'am?
yeah,
No,
I'm just
ma'am.
saying that if you speak about either, for example, now we are moving towards regeneration. So I want
Okay.
you to give me an example from your kitchen that if there is any
Okay,
item that we can regenerate that can be used to just
like ma'am,
regenerate. I don't.
can I give an example to you?
Sabah, I would like to ask if anybody else who have raised their hands, if they can speak. Nagin, can you speak, please?
Okay.
Nagin, can you unmute yourself and you can speak about regeneration? Ladies, we don't have a lot of time to wait, so please, if you're asked to. Rahimin, can you speak, please?
Yes, sure. I
Yeah,
think
please.
planting like vegetables at your backyard or something like that.
Okay, that is also a good, like, you are making your own resource, you are using it from, you have a kitchen garden, that is very good. But when we talk about regeneration, we were discussing it in the morning as well. I will give you a very basic example of it. For example, just imagine, just all imagine, use the power of your imagination and just imagine that you are living at a place where you have uh, what we say, maybe you are living in the mountains, you do not have gas coming in your house, you have some kettles along your house, like you have a cow, you have a goat, you have some hens around, right? Or and then you are using you just made your tea, right? So do you think when we make tea, like we have some tea leaves in it, we have some milk in it, we have some butter in it, some sugar, do you think we can regenerate it? That can that be used anywhere? Just give
Yes,
me a
we
yes
can
or no in
compose.
the chat. Yes, Nasreen, please, if you are speaking, please, I would really like to hear from you.
Yes, we can make a compost and then we can use it in our garden and so we can reduce
Exactly.
as well as regenerate.
Exactly. And I always say that no matter how advanced kind of concepts because we have a lot of fancy concepts now in our today's world. We are talking about nature-based solutions, we are talking about regeneration, we are talking about this and that. But know that our ancestors, they have been using all these environmental friendly practices since very long. But just when the industrialization came, we went towards all the wrong sides, right? What we call organic food now, 100 years ago, my grandparents and your grandparents were eating organic, right? So when I say that tea leaves, people still in the people who are living in the rural areas, they are still feeding that to their hens. They are still feeding that tea leaves and all the other things. Even the we are talking about compost, but in cities we do not even have lawns now where we can use that compost. We are not even planting any plants. We do not have plants at home. We do not have trees at home. So just think of what was happening some 60, 50 years ago in the villages, even in the cities as well. People still had that connection with the roots. So when we talk about regeneration, you can, like, for example, if you have just you just ate a banana. So where is that banana peel going? Just what I do at home, we do not have a lot of place, but we still have some plants. So if there is a rotten potato, what I do, I just put it into my mint pot where there is mint planted or any other pot. Because it has all the nutrients, it's going to go into the soil and it's just, it will be used by the plant. It's as simple as that. Do not go, okay, okay. Sometimes you also, who is going to make compost? If you cannot make compost, just put it into the soil anywhere, right? Because it's going to degrade and it's going to go into the soil, right? So that
Yeah,
is regeneration. Like,
I use it. I use it in my pots because I don't have space here. So I use it when uh, I have to throw a banana peel. So I throw it in my pot and it will become a fertilizer for my plants.
exactly. Even I did not put it into the slides as well. I'm sorry, but when we segregate the waste, that is also the same. That, the organic waste is in another pot, and then the plastic waste or hazardous waste in another, glass is in another, because each of these has different uses. So what organic waste we all can reuse at home for our own selves, for our own plants, like, and if we have some animals or pets at home, we can also feed them to that as well. And then recycling, we know recycling and reuse, we often mix them as well. Upcycle, recycle, reuse. Sometimes, like, people mix this, but it's okay, right? Recycling means that reusing is using the same thing in the same way. Recycle it, like, giving it another shape and then using it into a different thing. And then upcycle is also like, just for example, from plastic bottles, if we make plastic bricks, so that is upcycling. But do not complicate the concepts. But I hope, are you all with me on the 4R model?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
Yes,
is my
ma'am.
speed okay? Am I too fast, too slow, too okay? Mariam, am I going fine? Okay, it's good. Okay, so now we will move a bit forward. And I guess we have discussed it already, but just because I've made the slide, so you are supposed to see it, right? So what is reduce? And you already all know it, right? Minimize resource use, buy in bulk, avoid packaging, right? This is what I already gave the example of. If you have any examples from your daily life as well, you can give example from that as well. And for everything, for example, if we write, if we read, tell me how, for example, how many of you are book readers? How many of you like to read books? Just raise your hand so that I know. Most of us, right? So do you think that we can integrate the 4R concept into book reading? Yes, Hifza thought a bit and she was like, yes, we can. How? Like, just share the book, take it from somebody else. For example, I say that, okay, I've read that novel from ABC author. Do you have that novel from XYZ author? Let's just, you read this, I read this. What is it? It is. Isn't it saving resources?
Yeah,
Like, you don't spend that money on to buy that. You just say, okay, I'm done reading this. You take it, I take this. Everything that we do. What else? Even clothing. Okay, we don't like to give clothes away, but there was once when I was studying, and I had a teacher, and I would say that he was. I still call him a green man. And you know what they had in their university? He was like that. We are all married, and now listen to it carefully. It's not very common. I've not seen it anywhere here. I would like to maybe sometimes replicate it here in Pakistan as well, because there you have to take in cultural context as well. As I said, that every solution is not that simple. And but he was based in Hungary, and he was like, we all have kids, and what we do is, and he said that because you all know that kids grow up really fast. So he said that we have a designated room in our office and we have different compartments, and it is written 0 to 1 year, 1 to 2 years, 2 to 3 years. And he says that, for example, if my kid is he is growing old. So what I do, I put all his old clothes in one bag and I go and put it into that compartment, and I take the clothes that are from 2 to 3 years compartment to my own home. And nobody asks. That is also a cyclic process, that you don't go to the market to buy new clothes for your kids. You just go to that room in your office, you put your clothes there, and you take new clothes from there, right? And you all know that kids' clothes, they're never old. They're always in new, but they just outgrow themselves. Just doesn't fit the size. So do you think it's a good approach? So everything we are like, talking about, any other, you can give me any other example, and we can always put this forward into it, right? Commute that you might be at your home, you might go to your office, you might go to your university. So I try to carpool. It's not always possible, but like four people in one car is much better than one person in one car, right? And when I carpool, for example, if I pay, talk, let's talk in dollars. For example, if I pay $5 alone, but if I carpool and if I have three people with me, so the cost has been reduced by three times. If I'm paying $10 otherwise, then I will pay just $2. If I have two other people with me, it is going to save cost, right? So it's again the examples that we are going on the personal level, that just think that if we keep on changing the levels and if we take it to the commercial level, it's going to be exactly the same for them as well. But we just need to be like, a bit more mindful of that. So yeah, again, I would just go through these. Reduce means minimize resource use, reuse, use multiple times, recycle, convert waste into products, and regenerate, restore ecosystem. And that is, of course, through organic waste mostly. Okay, so 4 hours framework, local examples. I've given a lot of local examples already. I would like to hear from you girls because somebody is coming from Indonesia, Philippines, Bhutan, India as well. So I would want to know, okay, what are the startups that who are already like, working on the 4 hour concept? Do you have any idea? Anybody who wants to? Angelina, can you please speak?
In my country, there is a business called Kepul, and this business is like buying a waste like bottle plastic or something to so that they can recycle it to be stuff like this chair or like these chairs is made from
Yeah.
recycles bottle plastic like that.
Okay, yes. Even I have one example. Last year we were in COP29, and can you imagine at China Pavilion, all the chairs. I wish I had that picture if I could show you, but I will try to show you girls that. Um, all the chairs they were made out of cardboard, like this cardboard, and people were actually sitting on those chairs. I don't know, you cannot see it. Yeah, but cardboard. Can you imagine? And there was no, I guess, not even glue. They just stick them together in a way that they were like perfect, and it had a particular capacity to like, carry a weight of around 100 to 120 kg. Right? So it was a very nice example. Then I've seen cardboard furniture at other places as well in Europe as well. Then we also have an example. We always give the example of Germany. What Germany does? Do you know what happens in Germany? If when you buy a plastic bottle, there are like vending machines over there. You just put your plastic bottle into it, and they give you 2 cents. So for every plastic bottle, you earn 2 cents. So that's how systems incentivize people as well, right? So some things that we can do and some things our systems also need to do. So Germany is doing this. And then in Pakistan, I know a lot of startups. We know there is a startup here in Islamabad. They are like, making bricks out of plastic. And then there is another one that is like, reusing, upcycling all the plastic items. Like, they are making a lot of beautiful stuff, and then they make merchandise also, right? Travel kits also from the reused items. A lot of anybody else who wants to? Isha, do you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, the
Please go
government
ahead.
of Pakistan has also started an initiative regarding vending machines. They put on plastic bottles in them, and the government will pay you. The project is now installed in UCB.
Oh, I want to go there. It's in Lahore. Okay, hopefully it's going to be another, because there is always a pilot, and we hope that we can see that in other cities as well. Nasreen, do you want to say something?
Okay, hello, this is Ugain from Bhutan. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
okay, please. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, and to talk a little bit about what's happening here in Bhutan, we have a startup called GreenHer Way, where they collect the PET bottles, and where they also have some incentives for the people who, collect PET bottles and give it to him. That's his initiative, and he take it to India, and then it's recycled there in India. And we also have a startup called Green Road, where they use plastic to and substitute the um, traditional way of building road using vitamins, and they're using plastic to build the road. And it's quite impressive that um, it's been like prototyped, and it's been very durable considering our traditional way of using vitamins and making road. So, and we also have a youth organization here called Gene, and they are also prototyping their brick using uh, the plastic, and they have been very successful. And I think they have a lot of branches in Bangladesh, India, and Philippines as well. And now they're also, expanding it to Thailand. So yeah, those are the most successful and three, you know,
Yeah.
um, who plays a bigger role in, reusing the plastic or PET bottles.
All right. So, yeah, there are a lot of examples and there are a lot of things that people are doing. And, when we say, and I will get back to Angelina's question again, that we are talking, when we talk about circular economy, we are talking about the plastic already, because initially we saw at plastic as a waste only. But now we are seeing that people are making benches out of it. I've been to so many places, even in Pakistan. There are a lot of benches made out of plastic. There are roads being made out of plastic because there is a potential. And as I'm saying that people are also, there's a girl here and it's a female-led startup, Eco Brick, and she's making bricks out of it. Because, it's also the change of perspective as well. What we were seeing as waste first, then we saw it as well, right? There can be made something out of it. It can be useful as well, yeah, because it has so many. I see those visuals where plastic is being trapped in the throats of fish as well. The aquatic life, it's getting fairly disturbed by this plastic problem, right? So all these things, like, we have to take into consideration, and that's how things change. And as Angelina is telling me that you are not allowed to bring your own plastic bottles, so you get your tumblers, right? So with that, I guess we will move towards the end of session 2, and we have covered most of the things. And that now I want you guys to take the lead, and what I will do. How many of you have an idea about the breakout rooms? So it's just like, think of yourself in a classroom, and your teacher or whoever is the facilitator, they have given you two different rooms. There are two different groups, and every group has a topic. And each group then, like, prepares their presentation for 2 to 3 minutes and then present it to me. So I will randomly split all you girls. We have 58 participants into two groups, and you will have a topic, and then I will give you around 5 minutes to prepare, and then come back after 5 minutes and present that. Is it clear to all of you? I will, of course, when we will do it, it will be easy, but it's our activity. Okay, great. Okay, now let me see, where is I could see. Okay, so oh no, wait. So please, so for group 1, the activity is, everyone thinks of a waste hotspot in their university, at your home, in your community. And then you have to tell me that how can you turn that waste into wealth? Just like, basic 5, 6 bullet points. This is what we can do. This is what we can do. La 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 la. Just 5, 6 things. And we are going to make two groups. The second group, they are going to talk about, just think of any household item. Any. You can be as creative with it as it can be a heater, it can be an air conditioner, it can be a mobile phone, it can be a laptop, it can be a television, it can be a cupboard, it can be anything. And then, apply the 4 hours onto it. And also, what's the raw material use and waste point of that household material you are talking about? Right. So is it okay with everyone? Everyone is with me. Please let me know in the
Yes,
chat. And in
ma'am.
the
Yes.
meanwhile, In the meanwhile, I will try to create the breakout room. Mariam, I'm unable to create the breakout room now. I could do it earlier, but I cannot do it now. Hmm. Mariam?
Yes.
Okay, now I can do
Yeah.
it.
Now you
Okay, now. I will recreate. I will create 2 breakout rooms. And girls, the Zoom is going to automatically assign you to the breakout room, right? So all of you know the topics for group 1 and group 2. So group 1 is going to be with
maybe
the
you can mention the topics in the chat as well, so that
yeah. Okay, yeah, sure. So room 1 and room 2. Okay. So I am opening the room and then you will be assigned. Please join your breakout room that you have got an invitation to join the breakout room. Please join your breakout rooms. So we will see less participants in this room and everyone is gonna split into the room. Okay. Acha, Mariam, can you join group 2 and explain them the activity and I can go to group 1? Actually, I will come to both the groups, but just explain the start of it. Did you get the
Okay.
activities? Which one
Yes,
is
sure.
easy for you? You can either go to whichever you find easy, you can go there and I can
Anything,
go to the other.
I can go to
Okay.
the group. Yeah.
Okay, and I will send you the text of the group to your chat, right? So you can share in your room. So wait, Mariam, where are you? So group 2 is Mariam. You can go to group 2. Okay, I've WhatsApped you their activity. We still have 15 participants in the room. Girls, why are you not going to the girls? Why are you not joining your rooms? Mm. Girls, the ones who are still in this room, why don't you go to the breakout room? Hello and welcome back, ladies. Okay. I hope you girls are done with your presentations. I see that the one group was clear with the idea and the other groups had less time. I'm sorry to the other group because maybe I could not assign. I'm sorry, but are you all ready? So for one group, I gave it to Naila, I guess. And the other group, Mariam, who is going to present from your group?
So Sabha was okay with the presentation, but we have
Okay.
put down the points over in this whiteboard,
Great.
so maybe she
Okay,
will
great.
explain.
Okay, great. Please go ahead. Okay, first tell me what was the problem that you were working on, and then give me that.
Sabha, you can explain and then you can answer these points.
Sabah, we do not have a lot of time. Please go ahead.
It's, I think, Hifza. Sorry, I forgot the name. It's, I think, Hifza. Yeah, Hifza, you can explain. You are willing to explain.
Okay, so can I speak?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
sure,
can.
sure.
Sure.
So basically, we were discussing about the hotspots and how we can um, use and how can we turn these hotspots to to turn them into wealth from waste. So basically, at universities, what we can do is that students. Just a second. At universities, a lot of waste is being produced in places like cafes, hostels, or classrooms and recreational areas. So most of this waste, like food, plastic, and paper and e-waste, is not managed properly. It often ends up in trash bins and landfills, causing pollution, bad smells, health risk, and a dirty campus environment. So, what are the solutions for this? Is that we can turn these, what is this, e-waste or all this into something more what is that beneficial. So what we can do is that we can do plastic upcycling, where we can collect plastic waste and turn it into items like furniture. And then we can do e-waste recycling, where we can set up a small lab to recover useful parts and materials from old electronics. Moreover, we can do awareness campaigns where we can educate students and staff to reduce, reuse, and recycle properly. And last but not the least, we can also do biogas production, which where we can convert kitchen waste into biogas to use as energy for cooking or electricity. Thank you.
Thank you, so thank you. Anything else that you guys want to say, or shall we move to the next group? Mariam, are you guys done?
Yes, we are done. You can go to the next group.
Okay. Okay, so from the next group, I guess we are from group 2, we have Naila. Naila, can you please present?
Ma'am, can I?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Ma'am, in our group, my friends, they give different suggestions that they give three examples. Like first is that they want to use jar to make flower pots, and they give all furniture and all clothes. So we come up to all clothes that we can use all clothes in a different way, and we can apply the 4 hours. The first thing is that reduce in a way that we can buy the clothes and we have the products or clothes which have long lasting impacts. And second thing is the reuse in a way that if we don't want that cloth, we make in a different product, such as we can make tote bag, we can make cushion covers, and we can use for like cleaning our homes and different items.
Okay. Naila, what are you done speaking? Naila, we cannot hear you. Okay. Anyways, girls, sorry, we are short on time. So I need to move ahead with the session. I have only last 6 minutes. So first of all, Naila, your voice is breaking and we cannot hear you.
Actually, my internet was disconnected. I
Yeah,
didn't
I get
complete
you.
it yet.
I know, I'm sorry, Naila, but we are really, really short on time. Can you put it in the chat?
Am I
Can you
audible
put,
to you?
yeah, I am audible. Can you put it in the chat? Because I have only 5 minutes to close the session. I'm really sorry, girls, but we are very, very tight on time. I thought we had time till 1, but yeah, sorry. So, anyways, getting back to the sorry, girls, sorry to the group too. Uh, I could not, but I hope because we discussed household items within the during the chat as well, right? So we can move ahead. There is just one last thing that I want to share with you. That was the last point, and we won't go into the detail of it. It's just that, what is the difference between linear economy and circular economy, right? And we already know, we have already discussed, but we will just see that different features. What is the model? What's the goal? What's the resource use? What is the waste? Product design? What kind of product design will there be? Environmental impacts and what's going to be the future of it. So these are the things that we take into consideration, and this is the reason why we say that we are going to, what do you call it? Uh, um, uh, Sorry, that is why we are going to, like, be circular in our economies and in our life as well, with our life choices as well. So this is it. Now what I would request you is to go to AHA slides again, if you can, and join the same room that I shared. Yeah, so that you go to AHA slides and you put in, Mariam, do you have the link that I shared in the chat? Can you share it in the chat again? So, girls, closing it, I would just want to, I want to hope that you girls learned something new and it was something insightful for you. And I hope it was not a boring lecture just of me and me talking. I wanted to integrate your opinions into it as well. So I hope I could do that. And just if you are on the AHA slides, there is just one question might be popping onto your, yes, I see compost already. In 30 seconds time, one creative way you can reuse a household item. But this is where I really want your okay. So yeah, this is where I really need your votes. So what is your understanding of circular economy in 4 hours now? I want to see if there was any difference or not yet, because this is the feedback for me to take with me to answers. I'm an expert, better than before, but I only have 16 votes, girls. What about the rest of the people? Okay, so at least what I see is that there is a difference and you all learned something new. So that was all from my side. I hope some of you who are experts, all the best, who had better understanding. I'm really glad. And if you have any questions from me, if you would want to stay connected, you can find me on LinkedIn. My name is Maria Akhtar Abbasi. We can connect there. You can connect to me via Mariam as well. And I wish you all the best for this follow-up series that you have, because I guess it's an 8 sessions long, and I hope that you learned something new, and I hope we did not waste our 1.5 hour. At least we took one message away today. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much, Mariam.
Thank you. I just need one photograph with everyone. Do you have any green thing near you so that you can show up with that one, and then we can have a green screenshot with it? Yeah, sure, definitely. That's good. I have also my bottle that is green. Let me open that.
No, my earbuds are also green.
So I had it.
Everything
I
is
don't
green.
know how to show, so it's not showing me. So this is the green reusable bottle I have. So let's take a screenshot. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. I will share the LinkedIn of Maria in the group, WhatsApp group, so you guys can connect with her. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
chiedi una cosa che va via del biglietto da